following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Thursday, looking live at Tostitos Championship Plaza that's empty today. Outside Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, Texas, where it is mostly cloudy, 82 degrees. The high is 84, the low 69.
Hey, this is Kurt 2 Pump Daniels because 3 pumps will get you a flag. He is Nate Newton. That is Shannon Gross. In the back is Chris Bean, keeping us live and local. I am Salt and Pepper Poppy. Together, we make Hangin' with the Boys, the sports talk equivalent of Braille. People feel us when we speak.
Brought to you each and every show by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. When's the next wing drop, Chris?
20th.
The 20th, yes.
20th. So that what day is that?
Next week.
Next week.
Next Monday.
Monday.
Monday. You got your orders already in?
Bring this up, but I have to. Is there anybody in your family that's always into something, or a friend that you have they're always into something?
Yep. My baby brother.
Because and what made me think of this was our boy, Clarence Hill. Just a friend.
Always into
something.
It's
a dude out there killing Clarence for 20 minutes.
20-minute rant.
And I asked Jesse, did Clarence deserve it? He said, no, Clarence did not deserve it. But you can bet he was into something.
Yeah. For Clarence to be as old as he is, and that's my guy. This joker always behind and in some mess. Yeah, he is always in some mess. And I'm like, he's like, well, I didn't do it. I said, you're always antagonizing. I didn't do nothing.
Yeah,
I said, I didn't do nothing. I just said this. And I'm like that. You know,
he'll try to explain why he.
No. Everybody can't be wrong.
Nah.
You always in some. And when I tell you, I had a belly tear dropping laugh this morning in the office. I played that. I had to find it. I went on YouTube. I said, I got to find this. And this dude was laying out.
Yes.
He's mad.
He was on YouTube just going off.
A whole 20 minutes.
Wow.
20 minutes.
Was this just a random person? Is this somebody that has a following? Like,
I don't know if he has a following or not. I mind my business.
Yeah.
But someone was tweeting about it to him.
Was it about football? About his
every,
take?
Yeah,
okay.
every aspect of life you can think about.
He called Clarence a racist. Yeah. He called him crusty. He called him a fear-pushing. Everything.
Everything in life.
Everything but the child of God. Everything but the child of God. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
So funny. But I just laugh because I just think, I'm like, man, we gotta be living in the alternate universe. This cannot be life where people get so mad that they go on these rants about other people who they don't know, who don't care that you went on this rant, and you're not gonna stop them from doing what they do. It's just it's the funniest thing in the world to me.
Yeah, I just think about when I was in college and before social media, and I was that guy. I was
just
that guy.
in stuff.
Just in. Get caught in the dorms, in the girls' dorm. You weren't allowed. It could be 30 guys in there.
You were the one getting caught.
I wouldn't get caught half the time.
I met a woman who went to school with you.
Yeah, I wouldn't get caught half the time.
I did. She said Nate beat up her girlfriend's brother or something like that. She was you tell Nate. She went to college with Nate. She's from the same area that went to college.
Wow.
She's like, I've been knowing Nate for 40 years. I said, she's like, yeah, we was cool. He beat my best friend's brother up. I said, God.
Look at man. I'm gonna tell you. People would call down the administration, the discipline office, whatever you called it in college. They would call down and call Coach Hubbard and say, Coach Hubbard, I got a problem with your players. You know what, Coach Hubbard, hold on. Was Nate? Did Nate have it in there? So that's what made me think about what you said about Clarence. 'Cause I'm like, and so, and they said, no, Nate wasn't in it this time. And he said, okay, well, who was the player? Man, I would be that guy into something all the time, and I'm like, wow, Clarence grow up, Clarence.
Yeah, Clarence is the oldest 60-year-old mischievous little Dennis the Menace kid you'll ever see.
And usually the ones that they're the best people.
Yeah, Clarence good to talk.
Usually the bad ones don't get caught. Don't get in mess.
And Clarence is good.
They doing it on the
Clarence is
outskirts.
good people. Like he's like
great
his heart
human.
is pure.
Yeah.
Right.
But he just mess finds him and he finds mess.
Yeah.
They just like
I know
like,
another person on this show that's kind of like that.
Who is that?
I don't think it's you. You don't get in mess, do you?
Not no more.
Yeah.
Not no more. I stay.
You retired your mess.
Yeah, I
Chris
retired.
doesn't ever get in any mess. Kurt definitely doesn't get any mess.
I'm in the house.
I don't.
You ain't gonna put that on me.
Yeah,
You ain't putting that on
you
me.
are that guy.
You ain't putting that on me.
No.
You don't get in physical mess.
I don't get no
You
mess.
get in verbal mess.
Yes, you do.
All the time.
All the time.
No.
When Nate's got to go on another show and say, I get along with everybody, and you on the list of the short list of 4 people.
Yeah.
Those the people that don't like me just they don't
Do
know
not hire list.
me. Yeah, they do not hire list.
That's another list you on. You know what I was thinking the other day when we were talking who you're the equivalent of. You're the equivalent of Troy Aikman in this way.
Okay.
Cowboy,
Can't wait to wear this.
I'm like, okay.
Cowboy fan. A lot of Cowboy fans do not like to listen to the broadcast when Troy calls Cowboy games.
He gonna tell it like this.
I love it.
Yeah,
exactly.
he gonna tell it straight.
I love it because he's telling you what he sees, what he knows, what the truth is, and people get pissed off and say that he's a Cowboy hater and he goes over the top and he tries to go so far against the Cowboys to make up for him being a Cowboy so he doesn't look like a homer. They get mad. My mom won't watch the broadcast. She hates watching the broadcast when Troy's on. And I love it because you get real insight because he's still connected and he knows the backstories and he's telling you, like, I know what this is, and people don't want to hear it. You're the same way. You're connected. You tell people what your eyes see. 99% of the time, it's the truth. And if it's not the truth, you'll own up to it and be like, I was wrong on this one. But like, there's very few things you say on this show that either don't come true, aren't true, or is not based, not based on the past.
Right.
Like, so you don't just hate to hate. You hate because it's
I don't hate. Let's not do that.
what's. I mean,
See
you
what
do
I'm saying,
hate.
Kurt?
You do hate. You do
You see
hate.
Curry trying to
You
throw
hate
me
a
under
little
the
bit.
bus?
You give him all that glory.
Compliment sandwich.
But I
There we
mean,
go.
but hate, I think is like
I try to
The
be
new
as
the
truthful
newfangled
as
hate.
right. Like some people are just like, well, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. That's not what it's about.
I wish my grandmother was alive to see this now, because I'm telling you, she would call in and she would be the one be like, "Yup, he said it. That's him. That mouth of his has been that way since he's been a little kid. We've been trying to wrangle him in since he's been a little boy." And I'm gonna call it like I see it, and that's always been the gift and the curse of Jesse Holly. My mother, today, she says this today. She'll get upset at me in my own house, mind you, and she'll say to me in my own home, I can't wait till the day somebody smack you in your. I'm like, what? She's like, I'm telling you, somebody gonna they're gonna smack you or punch. And I always say, well, if you wish that on me, whatever they do to me, I'm gonna come home and do it. I'm not gonna do it. But she be saying that, she be like, that mouth of yours. She goes, I watch the show sometime, and that mouth of yours, somebody gonna punch you in the mouth one day. And I'm like, 41 years, it ain't happened yet. Not saying that it won't happen, but I'm just saying it ain't happened yet. I don't want it to happen. I like my teeth.
You know what though?
I like my teeth.
And pity the person that does that. Not saying that you're gonna do anything to him, but come on, because the world is getting like that.
I know.
Pity the person that does that. You're not a very good person. When you just really can't handle the truth.
Yeah, and pity the person that does do that, because I'm. That's gonna be a funny thing because I'm gonna come back in. They're like, "What happened to you?"
I got
Finally got me. They finally got me.
Mom's wish finally
They
came true.
finally, I'm lip gonna be all fat. They gonna be bad. They gonna be finally got me. That's going after I did a couple of days in jail. Because if you punch me in the mouth, it's gonna be a situation, Kurt. But yeah, all right, let's get into this thing, man. Washington offense.
Yes. This might be a fun one. It looks like what's our latest injury report, Kurt, before we get into this?
Well,
who's practicing, who's
Scary
not?
Terry is what we worried about.
Yeah, I haven't seen today's, but he was a limited participant yesterday.
So he did practice.
He did practice. A lot of guys are off for them yesterday just for rest because they played Monday night. But he's probably the main guy to be concerned with.
If he does play, I think we all know what he can do. If he doesn't play, is there anyone to worry about? McCaffrey had a good game. There's some good genes in that family, huh?
Yeah.
Dad started with Dad.
Ed.
Easy Ed.
His mom's like a world-class sprinter. Wasn't she a big athlete?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah. So who else is on that offense that you guys would be scared of?
quarterback.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
No sophomore slump, right? 7 passing touchdowns and 1 interception so far.
And then you got old Bill. That's what they said you got to call him. Don't call him Jacory. Call him Bill.
Why are we calling him Bill?
That's his nickname.
Bill.
Yeah, Bill Krosky Merritt. They just call him Bill. They got T-shirts made. Like, I don't know why that's his nickname. I'm sure there's a story behind it. I got to go look up or something like that. But they call him Bill. Okay. They don't call him Jacory. They call him Bill.
Krosky. I'd want to be called like Krusty or something.
Yeah, Krosky Merritt. Bill Krosky Merritt. I'll say this. As far as this offense is concerned, and this ties into the issues that we've had defensively. A little over 60% of what they do offensively comes in no huddle. So when you're talking about, comes in no huddle. So they get to the line of scrimmage. They want to form tempo. They want to keep their alignment. They want to keep their personnel on the field. They don't want to give you a chance to sub. And so when you start talking about personnel packages, players getting on and off the field, these are the type of things that, you have to practice all week, because if they go from, all right, first down, we kind of go regular tempo, and then all of a sudden second down, they kind of speed the tempo up a little bit. Now you're not able to get personnel on and off. Guys are confused. And that's the last thing that we need is more confusion for this defensive bunch. And, Jerry kind of spoke out of turn, maybe not spoke out of turn because it's his damn team, so he can say what he wants, when he wants, where he wants, but talked about that this team will be doing a little bit more man coverage, which I personally believe this might not be the week for that. And the reason why I say that is because of the quarterback. Jaden Daniels rushed for over 900 yards last year. Like, he is not a scrambler. He is a runner. Like, these are not 900 yards of scramble yards. These are 900 yards of design runs. Right? Like, yes, there are some scramble in that, but they look to use him as the 11th man on offense. Normally, a defense will have an advantage. They'll always have an advantage because it'll be 11 defenders who are always positioned somewhere, and then normally against 10 offensive players, because the quarterback, if he's not, Lamar or that type of mobile type of guy, it's really 10 on 11 because he's not really running anywhere. Yeah. Well, that doesn't matter. That's not the truth this week. This week, he's an 11th player, so it's 11 on 11. And the thing that I fear, let me not say that, because I don't fear anything, because I don't have to play a guy. I don't have to play a game. I ain't playing it down. I don't fear anything. The thing that I look at as being potentially an issue, and I know people are going to say, but we handled them last year, da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm going to caution you by saying this. When you played Jaden Daniels last year, you had 4 sacks on Jaden Daniels. You want to know who those 4 sackers were? Josh Butler had 1. Damarian Overshown had 1. Micah Parsons had 2. So the 4 guys that you used to sack him, 2 of them not even, one is not here. Oh, where's Josh Butler? He's still hurt? Is he hurt? Is he even here?
He's hurt.
He's hurt.
IR. He tore his ACL
That's right.
late in the season.
Yeah, that's right. So he's on IR, and Damarian Overshown on IR. I don't think you have athletes that can run with him. I don't maybe Maris, right? But sometimes Maris, if he puts his foot in the ground and go the opposite way, Maris is going to keep running by him, right? we know Jack Sanborn's not. We know Kenneth. Who knows what Kenneth will be at on these particular plays, right? So you don't have the athletes on your defense right now that have the ability to run him down, and that's what man-to-man at sometimes causes you, because Cliff Kingsbury, he's going to line up Debo in the backfield. He's going to line up wide receivers out wide. And so now when he spreads you out wide and you're playing man-to-man, you're turning your back to the quarterback. So whenever there's a hole that opens up, he'll take off. And who's chasing him down? Michael can close the gap. DeMarvion Overshown can close the gap. I don't see other players on this defense right now that'll be able to close the gap fast enough for a guy like Jayden Daniels. So that's why I'm like, this whole man thing, again, they're going to speed the tempo up. So you might get stuck out there sometime with big tempo, with big personnel. That makes it even worse trying to run this guy down. They're going to run the RPO game, and they're going to try to run the football. I mean, would you not? Yeah. If you're playing the Cowboys defense, they're going to try to establish that run, and then off that, use the RPO. You got to be disciplined. And like all the things that make or can limit RPO, the Cowboys currently lack. They lack getting off blocks. They lack reading reaction. And they lack gap assignment, alignment, and responsibilities.
And most of all, they lack overall speed.
And they lack overall speed. And I got the fifth one in there, tackling. They're not a good tackling football team. Now, granted, last week, the Washington Commanders offensively, they were trying to give the Bears the ball at every chance they got. They were just.
But wasn't it bad?
It was a little rainy. Got a little wet. So that you can add that. It was a couple of times when they were punching the ball out. They turned the ball over. They were trying to give it to them almost every possession, it felt like. But offensively, you got to deal with that. I think Cliff Kingsbury is doing a good job with his. If Terry plays great, well, not great, but
great for us.
Yeah, I know, not great for us. But yeah, they still got old man Zach Ertz, Debo's still out there making some plays.
Cowboy
you got Easy Ed's son out there. And like I said, if Terry McLaurin plays, he plays. But Chris Moore is another guy, caught a touchdown. Nice, beautiful touchdown pass from Jayden Daniels to Chris Moore last week against the Bears in the corner of the end zone. So
they always, and it's like Washington more than any other team has always had that one guy on offense that kind of like what computers say with Chris Jones. He never plays good until he plays. Remember, it used to be Santana Moss.
Oh, Santana Moss used to love the Cowboys.
Used to light them up.
So that's something that they do well. Jayden Daniels hasn't been good passing the ball down the field. Part of the reason probably because Scary Terry hasn't been in the lineup much. So having that vertical threat, he hasn't been completing those a lot this year.
120-yard touchdown, that was last week.
Yeah. So like the down the field throws hasn't been there, of course, because your big play receiver and Scary Terry.
And Daniels have been out too.
And he's been out as well.
But
guess who's coming to town?
But no, the great thing about this, the great thing about this, you notice I've been laughing the whole way through, and I just been saying, should I say this? Does anything? The great thing about it, I think Dak is 16-2 against these guys.
Yeah, he's got a good record.
Yeah, so I think
never lost at home.
Yeah, so I think now,
48
that my young man over there opposite me, you are so true. I think this is a 35+ point game
each side
to keep this win streak going. We're gonna need 35 points.
I can't. But what is Dak's record against them? 13
or 16.
13-2.
13-2. It's hard for me to believe he's only played them.
Well, he's been hurt.
Right. Yeah. But that's just weird. He's been in the league, 10 years?
Mm-hmm.
And he's only played them division opponent 15 times?
Yeah. He missed both games last year.
Yeah. I saw that stat. That was just weird.
So, Jesse, good breakdown and good.
It's 11-2.
But how are you feeling at this
times.
point? I mean,
well, let's find out when we come back from our break.
All right, because give him chances because is he still bubbly about the team? Or,
I took my good belly. It took my good belly digestion and immunity.
We'll find out if Jesse's gassy on the team or not when we come back from this break on Hanging with the Boys.
Cowboys fans, SeatGeek is the only primary ticketing partner of America's team and here to help you experience all the action this season. SeatGeek makes it easy to find the perfect seats to the perfect game, so you can be part of all the touchdown celebrations and momentum-shifting takeaways this season. Whether you're getting tickets to Cowboys games or to any other live event in DFW, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. SeatGeek.
How about them Cowboys? Or how about them Tyson Cowboys Nuggets? As we cheer for the stars on the field, we love that we've also got some stars on our plate, thanks to Tyson brand star-shaped Cowboys Nuggets. That, along with all our other favorite Tyson Foods products, sure make game day special. Score some delicious Tyson Cowboys Nuggets and become a game day star, just like our Cowboys. As you enjoy your stars on and off the plate, remember, tailgates and game day have always been Tyson.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
Crown Royal and the Dallas Cowboys are bringing back the Royal Rig for Season 2. See it in action at AT&T Stadium on Thanksgiving Day, where the Dallas Cowboys take on the Kansas City Chiefs, and around Dallas on November 26th and November 28th. Visit crownroyal.com to see where else the Royal Rig is stopping this NFL season. That's crownroyal.com. Please drink responsibly.
Back to Hangin' with the Boys.
Welcome back to the second segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every show by blockchain.com.
Blockchain.
Thank you, blockchain.com. Was it weird, y'all, to see Tyler Biotish on a commercial?
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
I was kind of halfway watching TV, and I looked up, and I was like, I know that. Where did I know that guy from? And then saw he was in it with Jaden Daniels. I think they're in a Chunky commercial,
Yeah.
Chunky soup in the
I
kitchen.
didn't see that.
And I was just like, wait a minute, that's our center. No, wait, he doesn't play for us anymore. I just thought that was very weird. All right, let's talk about Washington's offense a little bit more for the second segment.
Sure.
Is that good with y'all?
You wanted to know how I felt about, was I bubbly? Is that what you wanted to know about?
That's what Nate wanted to know. What was your question, Nate, for Jesse? How was he feeling about the team?
Talking about Washington offense, not the other question.
Oh.
I know how you feel, dog. You already told me. I was just trying to give us some content. It ain't my personal. I know what you feel personally. Yeah. Shoot, man, please.
Is you waiting on me to say something?
Yeah, I thought you asked.
What were you going to say? What do you want me to say?
We asked if you were bubbly on the Washington offense.
Am I bubbly?
Yeah, I don't know. What was your question?
No, we're
He
playing.
said it was
like,
gassy on defense.
no, I love the Cowboys offense. I'm football horny about. That's you get CeeDee Lamb back this week, so I'm all excited about what they can do offensively. It's just defensively, man. I in the words of Bill Parcells, you are what your record says you are, and you are what your defensive rankings say you are, and there's nothing that has changed that this week. Getting Jack Sanborn back doesn't change nothing defensively. You are who you say we are. You are who we see you are. Every single week, teams look at you now defensively as the Rite Aid, as the Walgreens, as the get right game. Take the Cowboys and call me in the morning. Take the Cowboy defense and call me in the morning. And until you prove otherwise, that's how teams are going to treat you. You don't have to hold a couple pockets. That's what you are defensively. You pocket holding right now.
Did you see the criticism that's been popping up about one of the reasons they can't tackle is because they're going for turnovers. They're trying to punch the ball out.
Yeah.
Moose
Johnson said that.
That's right.
Moose Johnson said that. Well, the biggest thing about it is it's the way that they're going at it. Because normally Right, we all know the peanut punch, right? That was a thing that Peanut Tillman kind of really put his stamp on in his days in Chicago. But you're really taught it's the second guy in that's supposed to be the puncher because you want to be able to secure the tackle.
Yeah.
And if you're just coming in now, you're trying to punch the ball out, you're for every one time you get it, the other 20 times, the guy actually has ball security and you don't make the tackle. Yeah. So what you want is, I want the first guy to come in, and if he's going to punch, wrap first, then punch.
Look at Peanut all the way through.
Right, like don't
Not
just
end of it.
And a lot of times now what you see, and this is kind of across the league, but prevalent with the Cowboys, and when you're trying to chase turnovers and trying to make plays, they're trying to come in and punch the ball out, but forgetting the most critical part of it. Yeah. Tackle the guy. I'd rather you tackle him where he stands than continue trying to punch the ball out and missing. Because again, for every one time you get it, there's 20 other runs that you don't get it. 25 other runs that you don't get it. 50 runs that you don't get it. Because the Cowboys have how many turnovers this year? 4?
Yeah.
You got 2 interceptions and maybe 3? Yeah. Maybe 4. Maybe 2 fumbles and 2 interceptions. So it ain't working well for you.
No.
Because you don't lead the league in turnovers. You're 39th in almost every defensive statistical category. Yeah. So, try tackling.
Here's an interesting one Kurt gave us. Cowboys have allowed scoring drives on 52.4% of the drives against them, third worst in the league. So that means their opponents are getting more points or getting points more often than they're not.
Yeah.
It's tough
on a drive.
Tough to win that way.
It's extremely tough to win.
So what's so sad is this is not a bunch of field goals. I bet you look at the 6 points, I bet it's up there high, probably about 35-40% of the time.
And they're probably not quick drives either. They're probably
because what Jesse said yesterday is you can get it quick or you can get it long, however you want. The zone defense gonna give you the long drives,
and that's how my love.
Man, oh man.
That's how my love life goes. That's how
love.
That's how love. That's the way love goes.
Look at Shadow looking down.
I'm like a cat.
Shadow like big black beard. You gotta be careful.
That's why I'm looking away. Gotta go to break.
My love life is like a cowboy statistic. My EPA.
All right, we're going to take our second break. We'll be right back after
love, baby, love.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/cowboys.
Crown Royal and the Dallas Cowboys are bringing back the Royal Rig for Season 2. See it in action at AT&T Stadium on Thanksgiving Day, where the Dallas Cowboys take on the Kansas City Chiefs, and around Dallas on November 26th and November 28th. Visit crownroyal.com to see where else the Royal Rig is stopping this NFL season. That's crownroyal.com. Please drink responsibly.
Cowboys fans, SeatGeek is the only primary ticketing partner of America's team and here to help you experience all the action this season. SeatGeek makes it easy to find the perfect seats to the perfect game, so you can be part of all the touchdown celebrations and momentum-shifting takeaways this season. Whether you're getting tickets to Cowboys games or to any other live event in DFW, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. SeatGeek.
Welcome back to the final segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every show by 7-Eleven, where there's a $5,000 winner every single day. Shop with 7 rewards, then play the in-app game for a chance to win $5,000 in cash. New daily cash winners only at 7-Eleven. Are you next? No purchase necessary. Ends 1/6/2026. U.S. and D.C. 16 and over. For full official rules and free gameplay, go to 5k-day.com/rules. All right, Nate, in the first segment, we were talking about college. How were you as a college player?
I was good.
Yeah?
I played as my freshman year, I played all special teams, and then my last game of the year, I started. So that stopped me backing in from being redshirted because I played enough games. And then my sophomore year, I started at defensive tackle. We ran a 3-4. It was a defensive end, whatever you want to call me. And I made all conference. And then my next year, I was a starting left tackle because coach got mad at me because I wanted to lose weight. So I do spring training. So he gave my job away to another guy. So I went and just took the guard's job because you couldn't stop me. Too great of an athlete. You couldn't stop. So and that's what I did. And then believe it or not, my senior year, this is a true story. My senior year, I dropped down from like 300 down to 270 something, 280, and ran some like a 4.840 for a Denver scout. And he said, God, are you the same guy that we saw on film? I said, yes, sir. I lost about 30 pounds. And then he said, well, I'm going to invite you to this thing in Detroit, this Bledsoe camp. I said, okay, no problem. So he invited me to, but by then I had put on put 30 pounds back on, and I was 310.
Wow.
So when they saw me, they're like, And so, but then I still ran like a 4.9.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I still ran a
310 pounds and ran a 4.9?
Yeah, 4.9, And so in Washington, these same raggedy commanders, whoever you are, they signed me. Cause I was going for the money. I was free agent. So I went for the most money back then. That went for 50. No, that was about $5,000 they gave me to sign. So I signed with them. Got cut the last cut. I was the most happiest I ever been in life. Cause I ain't like them no way. And went to the USFL, played there. I wish it was the last year. I never signed with the NFL. I was having so much fun being crazy, doing whatever I wanted in Tampa, Florida. Then I'm here.
Were you recruited out of high school?
Yes, sir. I was recruited Notre Dame.
That was crazy because he had options to go to big Division I schools.
Why did you go to?
And
I
he went to
I was on that black thing back then. It's a black thing. No, to be honest with you, it wasn't a black thing. It was like all the kids at my school, 80% of them either went to Florida A&M or Bethune-Cookman. Bethune-Cookman was in Daytona, and all of our parents and our parents before them went to these schools. So Florida A&M, the only school that sent me a letter was Grambling. Everybody else didn't even send me a letter.
Yeah, because they knew Notre Dame, all those schools.
Yeah.
He ain't coming to us.
Chance,
They're like, why would you send him up? We're not waste our time. He going to Notre Dame. He going to one of these big Power 5 schools.
I called my coach, Perry, I said, and he passed away, bless him. I said, Coach, I said, it's amazing, man. None of the black schools recruit. Family hasn't called you? So he went and called it. Hey, man, y'all mean to tell me we got all these schools trying to get this boy, and y'all don't want nothing to do with him? So they called me. I went, visited Florida A&M. They said, what you want to eat? They said, what you want to eat? They said, what you want? I said, man, they got churches over there. So I went over to churches, got me something to eat. It wasn't hard. They like, saw a few girls. Yeah, they had a trailer park right down front. Yes. HBCU. But I had already committed. I told this before. I had already committed to Arizona State, the Sun Devils, with Frank Cush and all of those guys. And my dad, I said, I came back. My dad looked at me like, "You all right, boy?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "You Arizona, right?" I said, "No, sir, fam, you."
So was it a comfort thing for you being close to home and family, or was it a heritage thing?
It was more fun. It was more fun. Just Because me, I was always a loner. But it was more fun, closer to home. It was where my high school coach went. I love Coach Perry. That's where he went to school at. And I said, if I had a chance out of Bethune and Fam, I was going to pick Fam. So I thought, I'm gone. And the rest is history, man. I've had a great life.
That's awesome.
Man, I've just been busier than Jesse Holly at the trailer park with a case of wings.
Yeah, man.
That's what he told
One
his
thing I
parents
say,
when he got home.
left on the porch.
No, never got left on the porch.
Never got left on the porch, man.
Well, Jesse, tell us about Debo. Does he have anything left?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he didn't practice the other day.
Yeah, he's dealing with like Kurt was saying, a lot of these guys this is an older football team. Like, this is not a team.
Oldest in the league.
Yeah, this is the old football team. So you're talking about guys who've been around this league for a mighty, mighty long time, and so they have those good old Romo Wednesdays. You know what I mean? The vet guys, and then he's dealing with a heel injury. He did a couple of weeks ago. So their Wednesdays coming off a Monday night game is big for these older guys. So him not practicing is probably more so of short week, Romo Wednesday, get these older guys some rest to get them to Sunday. Yeah, like
some of their guys on their list yesterday were just rest. So
yeah.
How are they using him this year?
Everywhere. In the backfield,
like
in the slot, outside. Yep, he's still he's not the same player he was in San Fran. Don't get me wrong, but he still got a little giddy up and go. You know what I mean? Like, he still is a powerful runner. If you get him in open space, you're gonna have to bring your hard hat. You're gonna have to bring everything with him. He'll run through an arm tackle. He'll run through an attempted peanut punch. But the thing that gets what when I look at the Cowboys defense is where and how they line Debo up. Because they're going to line him up in the backfield sometimes. What is your adjustment to that? Right? Are you stuck now leaving Debo in the backfield and a linebacker having to cover him? That's not going to be a good situation. Right? Or are you treating him like if you're going man to man, like how are you treating him with the safety, with the slot corner? So his versatility can sometimes confuse you. He starts in the backfield, he motions out. That's where the confusion has been a lot with the Cowboys offense. It's not when they line up, it's when the shifts happens and when the motion happens. Now, the new responsibility for the guys on defense, when that changes, have we been able to communicate that clearly to one another? The answer is no. This is what Cliff Kingsbury is going to do. There's going to be shifts. There's going to be motion. There's going to be multiple personnel. There's going to be 12 personnel, 21 personnel, 11 personnel, 10 personnel. He's going to use a multitude of formations, and they're going to be moving. They are. That's Cliff Kingsbury for you. He's going to bring something to the table that's unique. It's going to be some sort of crazy, wacky. They did the tornado reverse a week or so ago, right? Where they it's the whirly-dirly stuff. So that's Cliff Kingsbury is going to give you those type of things. He's going to give you short throws. Going to give you tunnel screens, alley screens, with the receivers, with the running backs, with the tight ends. He's going to do fake this way, fake that way, throw the middle screen. Like, you're going to get a bunch of different things. And when you're playing the Cowboys defense, a lot of it's opening on the table because of their lack of discipline, their lack of communication. Their assignments have been off. The linebackers have been misreading and diagnosing things. So when you add Debo to that mix and the way that Cliff Kingsbury will dispense him, especially if you get Scary Terry back, because now I have a receiver out there that I know can run the routes from all angles. I can move Debo around as a specialty player.
I just got an alert that Terry did not practice today.
Yeah.
Oh,
good.
So, okay.
Yeah.
And I know I'm finna sound simple. I really don't care because I know what I'm talking about. You know what can stop all of this? You know what can stop all of that tricky, foolish, crazy stuff?
What's that?
Is a 3 technique and a dominant 3 technique and a dominant 1 technique. When you have those two things in the middle of your defense, all of that foolishness goes away.
Why haven't we gotten that yet? I mean,
I don't know.
You've been asking for this
I don't know.
For 10 years. Why is it so hard for them to bring somebody
when Kansas City became their best is when a guy called our show and say, this guy only plays when he plays the Dallas Cowboys. It seemed like that kid went on a tear. And they went to the Super Bowl, and it was no problems. It seemed like the Rams was trying to fix things, but one thing that was constant was number 99.
And I know they don't grow on trees.
They
and that's
don't.
the reason why. But are they harder to identify talent wise? Like, I know they've drafted that position and they've done other things, and they just can't seem to get a dominant or a minus player in there. That's, you get some decent guys, but you've never had that guy that when you need him, he can make a stop or a tackle for loss or something. Is that position harder to evaluate?
I know I can't pick player. Like I told Jess before we came on air, it's two guys I laugh about. Is the guy that left Texas and now he's with Atlanta, and I'm looking at this guy like, whoa,
Bijan Robinson.
And then the other guy that I knew that was gonna be good, and everybody laughed at me, was the fat kid that plays for the Tampa Bay Bucks in the middle of their defensive line. Y'all, you remember that? I used to be like, come on, man, move up and get this dude. Okay. Now guess what? Guess what? But when a guy of that nature shows up, and everybody knew this was a can't miss guy. Why didn't you get him? Why didn't you just go up two players and get him? Go up.
It wasn't a priority. It's never been a priority.
It's got to become one.
It's never been a priority.
If you want to stop, that's why I be laughing a lot. I'm looking at Jess and I'm laughing because all of this, I'm gonna fake you out and I'm gonna do this right here. When you got somebody that can storm up the middle of your defense.
So that's why
the middle of your offense.
That makes a difference. They can collapse that. Okay.
Oh, yeah. When you got two guys that can come up the middle of your defense and stop all spinning around trying to get 8 or 9. Come on, man. No, ain't none of that happening. Because, first of all, your offensive line ain't going to be able to pull because they're going to be getting knocked back into one another. Mm-hmm. Your center going to have to be like, man, we can't do that. Not on this dude right here today. No. All that foolishness stop. All of that. Look at the Super Bowl. Number 98 coming down there, number 90 coming, and that other dude who they got rid of, number 93 coming. Ain't none of that happening. All the let's let the tight end run this and toss underneath. All of that foolishness stop. The day they get a bulldog in the middle of their defense, all that foolishness is gonna stop.
So it seems like the combination of Osa and Clark are better than we've had in a while. But
really?
It's not. Again, it's comparative. Better than we've had in a while. I'm not saying they're the Eagles front or anything, but I mean.
Wow, okay.
I lost where I was going.
Nate knocked him off the track.
I understand what he's trying to say.
But last week, and this is the part when you don't have other A+ players to back up guys, teams, the Panthers, they just said what we gonna do. Number 95 is we gonna double him and move Earth. Who else gonna make a play? That's what they did. They just said we gonna double this dude, and they was moving Earth. Kenny Clark is getting washed off the ball. And it's been happening in the last 2 games.
He is getting tired, man. When you don't have another dog, when you can be blocked on run blocks, 80% of the time it's 2 people on you. It takes a special guy to be able to handle that. We don't have that special guy. When you got a special guy that can handle that, and then you got another dog over here hunting that's one-on-one, that's terror, baby. That's terror because you ain't going to be able to block him. It's same way with CD. Now that we know that coach really knows what Pickens can do, who going to stop him? What cornerback duo going to stop him? What safety and two corners going to stop him? You can't be stopped. All the foolishness is over. We faking up in there. We falling back. Okay, somebody going to the house. But on our defense, give me that same combo.
Yeah. And you can just watch on the flip side of it when you watch a guy like Derek Brown last week take on the double teams. And size matters. No, but you know, when you
Does
got
it really?
Yeah. When you,
No.
when you got a guy who's 300 plus pounds, 310, 320 pounds, like a Derek Brown, and he takes on that double team, and you see that guy, it ain't faced up. Sometimes he'll turn to the side, but he anchored down, and then now you trying to push me. He get rid of one, and he slide in between the other one. Now your double team is shot. But when you're a little bit light in the pockets, and that double team get up on you, and you don't have to wait to anchor down, because sometimes that's all it is. Sometimes it's just I gotta anchor down so they don't move earth.
Right.
They move earth now. You start talking about all those. When you hear Nate talk about those deuce blocks and those combo blocks, that's we move earth, and as we're moving earth, we're getting to the second level. Holding that ground doesn't, because if that guard can't, or that center can't get down on help with that guard and then get up to the next, or that guard helping down that center getting up to the next, well, now what happens is you getting blocked back into your linebacker, and he can't move. And the back just coming right up behind it, and then once that little crease come, boom, and you trying to reach out and arm tackle, and they running right through that.
Blow your shoulder out, man.
So
yes, and see that's why I'm laughing, because it right now it is not about who is the quarterback. It is not about who is the running back. What it is about totally is, do they have a good offensive line? Because if you have a good offensive line and you can move these guys off the back, these guys are quarterbacks on general and running backs and wide receivers are talented enough. If you drop back, there's no pressure. You can't stop the everyday NFL quarterback.
I see Justin Fields.
How is Washington's offensive line as a whole?
It's good. It's good. It ain't nothing super, but it's good.
So we're in trouble?
We'll tell you tomorrow.
All right. Tune in tomorrow. Find out if we're in trouble or not. Jesse, good stuff. Nate, good stuff. Kurt, good seeing you. Chris, thanks for keeping us on the air. Josh, thanks for keeping us company. Go. Find out tomorrow if we're in trouble or not. Predictions and more on Hanging with the Boys.
We out.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!